Hello everyone, my name is Mike, and in this video I'll show you how you can deploy your MERN app into Heroku with Heroku CLI or GitHub. So this is my app, and we have a really simple form here, just one input, and I can do, let's say, test 999, and what that will do, it will take my message, send it into the backend, and from the backend we will send it on MongoDB. So let's click submit. And if we go to MongoDB, there it is, test 9999. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. So what we will first do is open command line and then run npx create react app, and then we will give our app a name. We will do Frontend. You can name it whatever you want. So the React app is created. What we will go ahead and do is open our code editor. I use Visual Studio Code, but you can use whatever you want. So what we will do is, let's run the app. Let's do npm run start. Okay, so the app is opened. What we will go ahead and do is go to the code. Actually, let's go back to our command line, do cd frontend, and then install Axios, because we will need that to post the data. Okay, so it's installed. Now let's create a React functional component and build a simple form. So let's do an input, then use a state. Let's do text. Default will be just a string. Then what we will do on change, let's do an inline function. So we will do set text, and we will update with the input value. So let's do e.target.value. Also let's put the value here. So value equals that, and then we will have a button. And we will say submit, then on click we will run a function, call it submit. So on submit we have to do like that. Yeah, okay, so on submit on click we will do on submit, and then do Axios dot post, then we will have /API. So that will be the server router post /API/post, let's say. Okay, now we'll pass data, so it will be text. I guess let's do asynchronous since, because we don't want to do anything else afterwards. That's it. Now let's import Axios. Okay, and let's go ahead and build our backend. Really simple. First of all, I'll create another folder, call it server. Put an index inside, then go back to my command line, cd out of the front end, cd back to the server, and do. Okay, so first of all we will do npm init-y. That will fill automatically the package.json, but if not, just do npm init and fill it manually. So this is a template I commonly use. We have express here. We have course, so we can send the data between frontend and backend. And then we have express.json and express.url encoded. What that pretty much does is it allows us to pass JSON from the frontend to the backend. And down here, what we will do is when we post it on Heroku frontend, we will actually read the compiled code and not the actual code right here. So we will build a build folder, and then this is what we will show, the build folder. Okay, so let's go here and let's do app.get, actually .post, as it is a post request, and we'll do /API/post, and then we have a function callback, and we will pass res. Now what we'll do is const, and then we'll do text, and we will get that from request.body, from the body data. Then I'll do console.log text, so we make sure we get text. Okay, what I will do now is, first of all, let's go back to the package.json and create a new script. We will name it, start, and it will do node index.js, so let's do npm start. Okay, so as you'll see, for Go we have to download our modules, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll do npm I express, then path, Morgan, and course, and then I will do dash-save. Make sure you do dash-save, because when we deploy it on Heroku, and actually that's for the front end as well, for the React, when we deploy it on Heroku, Heroku needs to know which package it has to download to do npm I. So doing dash-save, it's actually saving to the package.json which modules we need. Otherwise, it saves it for one time locally. So yeah, make sure you do dash-save. Okay, great. Now let's start. Actually, one more thing I forgot to do is, let's go to our front end, package.json, and right down here we have to add a proxy, and then do http localhost, and then the port we use it, and that's 5000. By the way, this will not work on production, and what that does is it sends a standard URL, and then right here we do right here we do everything else, /API/body. So let's go back to the app. Actually, I have to restart the front end now, the React app, in order for the proxy to work. Okay, so let's do test, click submit. Let's go back to our backend. There you go, we received test. That's great. Now our next step is to create a MongoDB database in Atlas. Okay, so step number one is to go on MongoDB sign up page. I'll have the link down in the description. So your company is optional, no need to put anything there. Here I'll put I'm learning MongoDB. Let's do your work email, so I'll put my Gmail. Okay, so I made a test email because I already have a MongoDB account, but I'll make sure I delete that afterwards. Now for the first name, I'll put my name. Actually, I'll do something like that, double T, I don't want to put the same name. Simple password, and then do get started. So that's how you sign up, really easy. Okay, so it will send you a verification email. Just go ahead and go to your email. There you go. I'll just click verify email and click continue. As you'll see, it automatically redirects me. Then it says create an organization, do whatever you want, and then a project name, do whatever you want again. What is your preferred language? I don't think it matters, but click JavaScript. We use JavaScript now. Actually, it matters. Make sure you click JavaScript because all the example it will give you in code, it will be on the language you selected. Okay, so next step, I'll click the free one, but you can go for a paid one, whatever you want. It's the same process. You'll just need to add a payment method. This I'll just use Frankfurt and create cluster. While this being created, we will do some other steps. We will do either way. So go on your left on security tab and click database access. And here we need to create a user and give it some permission. So I'll do for the name test. You can put whatever you want. Actually, let me open a notepad and save it there. And then I'll auto generate a password, but you can do whatever you want. And I'll put it below and create add user. So just save it somewhere because you won't be able to get the password again. Actually, you will have to create a new one. So you created the user. We will need to add network access. So we can either add multiple IP addresses, or allow access from anywhere. And that's what I will do, mostly because Heroku doesn't stick with one API address. It changes. That's why I will have to do allow access from anywhere. But either way, we have the user, our changes are saved, and our database is created. So next step is to click connect. Click connect your application and copy paste this. Now let's go back to our app. Let's put it here. So const Mongo URI. You need to replace password with your password, and if you have multiple users, make sure you update the username as well. Install that, so I'll do npm mongoose.save. We need to create another folder inside server, and we will call this models test.js. Actually, no, let's make it have meaning, so message.js. And then let me copy paste on template. Okay, so we created a schema, and what we'll do is mongoose require mongoose, and then bring schema, and then create a new schema, and we'll pass some information here. So here I'll update our collection name with message, and we need to add one field here. I'll do text, and we'll have to specify the type of that field, and here we have string, so I'll do string. And then let's go back, and actually we don't have to require it here, but what we need to require is the model. So I'll do const message model equals require, and then find it, so models and then message. So we will do const new message equals new, and then the model name, and pass the field here text, which has to be the same as here. And what we pass is a string, and make sure it's a string, otherwise it might not work correctly. And then text. And just to make sure, what we can do is do string, but it's string for sure, but just to make sure. Then next step is to do new message.save, and we can just leave it here and just use asynchronous and do await. Okay, so to connect to Mongoose, what you have to do is require Mongoose, and then pass the string there. So I'll just delete it from here and paste it here. Okay, we have an error. Why? Okay, delete that. We pass some options here. You can update them or do whatever you want, and that's it. So let's test it out. I'll run, actually no, I'll do npm run start, and we have another option, use and modify is not supported. Okay, let's delete that. Okay, server is running, and as you see, database connected. So let's go back to our app, test 1 2 3, click submit, and if we go to the backend, we don't have any errors. So let's go to our database, click refresh, and boom, we have messages here, and text equals to test 1 2 3. So there is the app. Now let's go ahead and deploy the app. Okay, so step number 1 is to go on your Heroku page, click new, and create new app. And then put an app name. I'll put Europe, but you can do whatever you want. It's just closer to me, so it will be faster. And then create app. Okay, so if you haven't already, you will have to download and install the Heroku CLI from this link. Click it, scroll down, either use macOS command, Ubuntu, or just click that link click next, pick your options, and that's it. So download Heroku CLI. The next thing is open command line. Let me go back here, open a new command line, and let's do first of all Heroku login, which what that will do is log into my Heroku using a pop-up. So just press any key as it says, which will open a new window on your browser. Click login, and I'm logged in. So before we deploy our app, what we have to do is go to Frontend, create our build folder. We need to add a folder here. Actually, not a folder, sorry, a file on the server. And that will be .gitignore. It will deploy my node modules, and we don't need that because Heroku automatically will download the node modules. So node modules, we have to bring our front end inside server because it takes a lot of time from the Visual Studio. So I'll just drag and drop it inside server, and that happens a lot faster. I'll drag and drop that outside the server folder because it's one app now, and delete the server folder. Okay, I have to close Visual and the command line again. Great. That we have a .git inside front end, and I didn't pay attention, so go ahead and delete that. Git init. And then how it was okay, so let's do that, but we will do some modifications. So it's hero git, but instead of clone it's remote. Okay, and then the normal thing, git add, git commit, and then updates, then git push Heroku master. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and test it. Let's do 1 2 3 4, click submit, go back, click refresh, and there it is, 1 2 3 4. Now let's go ahead and do that with GitHub. I'll open my GitHub. Let's create a new repository. We can do private as well, but I'll leave it public so you can see the code as well, which I'll have down in the description so you can use it and test it. Just make sure you replace your Mongoose URI because mine will not work. So let's do MERN Heroku deployment. Okay, create repository. Of course, we'll have to change the app, so let's create a new app and let's call it MERN Heroku GitHub. Great, I'll select Europe and create app. Okay, this time we'll click GitHub, close this as well. Of course, I have the same code, but I'll have to delete our .git folder because we will create a new one which will connect with my GitHub repository. But if you select one of them, either Heroku CLI or Heroku or GitHub, you won't have to do that. Just select one and stay with that. So I'll open command line and run git init, git add, git commit, and then git push. And we will do dash. Actually, we have to add our remote. Okay, and we'll do git push dash your origin master. And there you go. Okay, so let's go back. Let's refresh actually and see how it went. Okay, great. With the build folder, yes. Okay, so go back. Here I'll type MERN Heroku. No need to fill it up. There it is. Connect. we can enable automatic deploys, so whenever we do a change to our GitHub, it will automatically deploy. And for the first time, we have to do it ourselves here. But every time we do an update on GitHub, it will update here as well. Click View. And as you see, it works. Again, let's try it out. So let's do 5555. Click Submit. Go back. Click Refresh. And there it is, 5555. So as you saw, with GitHub was way easier. So yeah, prefer GitHub. I prefer GitHub, but I had to show Heroku CLI as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos.